Pixar Place Hotel is Disneyland's most recently renovated hotel and is full on Pixar in all the best ways. Today, we're going to be sharing the reasons why you should choose Pixar Place Hotel when booking your next Disneyland vacation. Hello, everyone. I'm Craig Williams, and joining me for this discussion of Pixar Place Hotel is Hannah Anderson.
Hello.
And Rhino.
Hello.
Now, before we get started here, I want to remind you to book a vacation through Dreams Unlimited Travel if you want to support us. It costs you no extra money, and you get the support of one of the great Dreams Unlimited Travel agents. So to get a free, no obligation quote, head over to dreamsunlimitedtravel.com today. And if you want more exclusive content from the Diz team, head over to patreon.com/DizUnlimited. Now, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you get notified anytime we have new videos. Before we jump into this full conversation about the 4 reasons why you should choose Pixar Place Hotel, I have to ask, do you both have any first impressions you want to share? Any hesitancy going into it? Was there anything that you had hopes for that maybe did deliver or didn't deliver? Rhino, I know Paradise Pier Hotel was your very first Disneyland hotel
I
experience.
thought you were going to say favorite.
No, it wasn't your favorite.
I was like, wow, okay.
It was your first, so I didn't know if that impacted your thoughts going into this at all, too. So any first impressions?
I mean, for me, I never stayed at Paradise Pier. I stayed at the Disneyland Hotel and Grand Californian, and I stayed at the Grand Californian about a year ago, and I loved it. Like, I just loved how peaceful and relaxing it was, and like that entrance into the park, I just really loved it. So kind of going into this, I was like, like I am very excited to see it. I'm excited about the theming, but I was worried that the whole time I was going to be like, oh, I wish I was at Grand Cal. And I feel like the moment we got there, that completely changed because it felt so Pixar, so Disney. And then we're going to talk about later, but the entrance into the park was amazing. So I feel like right away, like, the theming, the proximity to the park just blew me away. And I was like, I'll be staying here again. And my kid loved it too. So the whole family loved it.
I feel like for me, like you said, Paradise Pier Hotel was the first Disneyland hotel I did stay in. I think I've stayed in that one twice because I stayed in like one random night another time. And I remember kind of just not. It wasn't my vibe. It wasn't my, especially that second time I stayed in it because everything was like under construction in there because they were converting it. So I don't want to say there was hesitancy about staying here, but there was that element of like, is it just going to be sort of like a paint job over the exact same thing?
Yeah. And
I am happy to say like that. Immediately, I feel like you get in there, even if the lobby wasn't your thing, once you step into that room, for me, it was a lot of like the colors, everything. It felt like a completely different place. Like if I had been looking at pictures back and forth without knowing that I was in the same, if I didn't know I was in the same place is what I mean, I don't think I would be like, this is a brand new place. That sentence was awful, but I hope the sentiment is there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I get it. No, for me, again, I don't have anything to add to this review because the last time we were in California, last 2 times I was in California, there were parts of it open that we could have went and saw, besides the exterior of the hotel, but I didn't even bother walking in. I know eventually I'll get to stay there and I'll form my opinions that way. But my initial opinion on it was I did not like Paradise Pier Hotel. So anything they decided to do with it could not be a downgrade. Like, genuinely, I know you're going to talk a lot about the theming, especially in the rooms and how over the top they went. Of course, they they went all out. Paradise Pier wasn't under themed, but it just wasn't it's themed to Paradise Pier, which is also like, I don't know, kind of that California boardwalk, seaside amusement theme that, like, to me, it's like, okay, you can either have the Jersey style of it with our boardwalk over in Walt Disney World, or you can have the California. I don't also agree on that one too, but the point of this isn't to get people to hate me for my hot takes. It's just to say, it's just again to say that I felt like they could only go up. And even like, I mean, I feel like I finally came around onto PCH Grill, like maybe one of the last times we ate there, where it's like, okay, breakfast buffet actually isn't that bad, and dinner buffet's okay, it's solid, but it was never a place that I would run to. And I'm gonna be shocked that I even say this, like, if you would have given me the option between Paradise Pier Hotel or one of the suite hotels off property that we enjoy a lot more, the Hyatt Place, or the other one that we talk about all the time that I can't think of
Hotel
right now.
Indigo?
The
Spring Hill Suites?
Spring Hill Suites.
Yeah, okay.
The actual suites one. If you give me the choice between Paradise Pier Hotel or one of those, staying in one of their suites in like similar price, if not the same price, I still think I would have chose one of the suites over Paradise Pier Hotel.
Saying a lot.
But the theming, I was never comfortable in there. I never found it pleasant. So despite the fact that those rooms are actually really
felt like
nice
somebody's
size,
dirty beach house.
Thank you.
I don't know how else to put it.
Yeah.
So,
You're saying
Bad
the words
Airbnb.
that I am. Like, I'm not skirting around it for any reason.
Yeah.
John paid for these rooms, so it's completely. This is now the DIS and Dreams official opinion of the hotel. But Paradise Pier, it was old. It's overstayed its welcome far too long.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I think then we should. Any other first impressions?
I have one more thought, and I don't know, because the rest of the building is going to open up this summer. But speaking of the construction and the changes, I didn't realize when we first got there that really only half of the building is open.
Yeah.
So when we were there, all the amenities, restaurants, everything, lobby, pool was open. But in terms
and
of
easily accessible because it wasn't a full hotel.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't a full hotel. So when we were there, club level was not open yet. And then half of the rooms were not open yet. Yeah. So I think that was surprising and made a lot of sense, because from the travel agent perspective, like, it's been really hard to get a room there, and the prices are kind of high. But as you look further out in the year, it's not so much that case. And I think that's a great selling point of the resort, is it is the most affordable of the 3 Disney hotels at Disneyland. So.
And I also, just on the construction note too, is I will say they hid it and kept it away from you pretty well. Like they tell you about it when you checked in. They told you, but like the hallways, like where they're doing the construction, they're all blocked off, and like they have temporary walls up, so you can't. It just looks like a wall of the hotel. Like, I didn't think anything of it, and then I was like, oh, that's where they're doing construction. Like, you can see a little bit of it when you're at the pool deck, obviously, because a lot of the windows have those the papers on them and stuff. But I kind of forget. Like, I forget. That's how undisruptive I felt like it was to my experience. Is that when I watched the video back when I was editing, and I was like, oh yeah, they were constructed. Like, it was one of those where you're like, I won't remember that it was under construction years from now,
right.
Sort of thing.
It's pretty good.
Hannah, you mentioned pricing for the hotel, cheaper later on once more of the hotel opens up, if not the full hotel, and more expensive right now. What are the average prices you're seeing as a travel agent right now, and then the lower pricing later on?
So I will give for reference, when we stayed mid-May, and this is before the rest of the rooms were open, and it was full price, no discounts, because there weren't any. We paid around $500 a night, which is, pretty steep. If you look later in the year, so I'm going to say August on, it's $400 a night, no discounts. Mm-hmm. So it's $100 less per night. And then, even though there are Disneyland room discounts available, I haven't seen them yet available for Pixar Place. And I'm assuming that's still demand, it being newer, all of that. So not to say that won't change at some point, but I am seeing better availability, and then it's, usually about $100 less a night, August on. So, I mean, hey, still expensive. I'm not, not knocking that, but it is,
it is
of
the
the
less
three,
of the three, yeah.
of the three, it's the least expensive. So,
okay. Well,
yeah,
I think we should jump in, knowing pricing and stuff. I think we should jump into the reasons why you should stay there. And obviously, when it comes to Disneyland, there are, perks to staying on property. You have early entry access to the parks. You're close and right there for theme parks that are in a resort that's dropped right in the middle of an actual small city area. It's the closest you feel to being in a bubble when you're staying on property. But we're going to talk about the specific reasons that regard Pixar Place Hotel itself. So, Hannah, the first reason that you have down here is the proximity of the parks. So what is it about the proximity of the parks that makes it a reason you should stay at Pixar Place?
So having not been over to that hotel before, I knew obviously nothing is as close as Grand Cal, but I didn't realize how close this hotel is. And I think honestly, that was one thing I was concerned about, is I knew that you had to cross Disneyland Drive to get onto property to get the access to California Adventure. And so I think, kind of nervous about like, how long does that take? Or does that like ruin the magic in any way of being in the bubble? And I mean, it was a 5-minute walk. And in some respects, if you are going from Pixar Place directly into California Adventure, the entrance into the park is over by Pixar Pier, kind of in between that and Voyage of the Little Mermaid. So it puts you in a spot that's closer to a lot of attractions. I mean, other than like Avengers Campus, like you're closer to Pixar Pier, you're closer to Cars Land, I think. So it was a really short walk. B, I love the entrance into California Adventure. And then also, I mean, I told y'all, like, I really love, Grand Cal. You use that same entrance to get into Disneyland. So you go through their security line, through, that very short stretch of downtown Disney into the Esplanade, then into Disneyland Park. So for me, it is much closer than the Disneyland Hotel, which, as I mentioned, is a little bit more expensive. So yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised by that. Plus, I mean, being an East Coast Disney World gal, like being able to be in a theme park in 5 to 10 minutes is unbelievable.
Yeah. I timed it a couple of times because my hotel room, like where I was staying, was on the other side of the hotel. Like if you were to go in, like you're crossing the street toward the hotel, you go in the front entrance, you go up an elevator, it's like in the back part of the hotel. And so I did the timing because I was on the 10th floor, I think. So it was like, all right, with the elevator and then the crossing the street was another thing that I, had in my mind too. I was like, okay, how beneficial is this entrance? Because I literally had never used that. I think it had been open when when Paradise Pier was open, but it had been closed. I thought it was closed once I had gone to Disneyland for the first time for whatever reason, and it had been closed for a while or something.
It had. Yeah.
So that entrance, so I wasn't familiar with it really.
Yeah.
And coming down, and I'm not even kidding you, from me closing the door of my room into the entrance of the park, every single time it was under 10 minutes. I think the longest one was like 7 minutes one time because I missed the light. I walked up and it was like 3 seconds and I was like, I'm not going to run across the street. So that light changes a lot over there. And I will say, having been fortunate enough to have stayed in the Grand Californian a couple of times now too, I actually think it takes less time to get from the hotel room from Pixar. My God, why is everything a P? Pixar Place Hotel into the park. I think it takes less time to do that than if I was staying at Grand Californian, considering on where your room is, because Grand Californian is a fairly expansive hotel. So I've had it where I'm like all the way at the end of hallways and stuff like that. So you've got to walk down to get to elevators or the stairs or whatever. Then you've got to walk over to where the thing. So depending on where you are in the Grand Californian, I think you could actually technically be in the park faster by staying at Pixar Place. It does.
Yeah.
That entrance, for people who aren't familiar, does drop you out in the Pixar, pier area of California Adventure. So you are all the way in the back of California Adventure. But I did it one day where I went through right into Disneyland because it was after 11, and they were like, "Sir, can you wait here for a second?" And they had to come out because they were like, I went too fast. So they basically, there's a thing that happens in the system where it looks like I'm trying to enter 2 parks at the same time. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that actually, so that timing on that is pretty short. So I will say that even though it's not technically in your hotel, that entrance is incredibly fast and was never busy. I was literally usually the only one there.
Yeah, true.
You have your own security line and your own scanning thing where it was so quick that it was like every time I couldn't get my ticket out fast enough.
Yeah.
If you are staying there, please follow the actual crosswalks. Like, don't just cross because you're like, I don't see any cars coming.
Oh yeah, no, God,
please,
no. Yeah.
please. It's especially right there where there is that dip that goes under the walkway to downtown Disney. People come up on the other side, and if there's a green light there, they will fly and hurt you. So please respect the crosswalks.
Wow.
That's why that when they tell you to wait, just wait. So that's my PSA.
That was good.
Don't be a fool.
Stay on the walk.
Yeah.
Okay. Second reason, and I know we're probably going to spend a lot of time on this one. It maybe potentially should have been the first reason, but we'll have to see. Hannah, you wrote down Pixar touches and creative details. Now, I know the rooms are full of that too, but I'm assuming they expanded beyond just the rooms to the lobby area. It's even more Pixar touches and feels, and we all know Great Maple, of course, included the Pixar touches and feels with the sad, depressing character
I love
artwork.
those.
But they are absolutely great. But I'll let whoever wants to talk about it first. But Pixar creative touches, details, all of that. Second
you go
reason
first this time, right now.
Oh, okay. Well, so yeah, they definitely extend. I mean, beyond the rooms. I mean, you come in and you've got that giant Luxo ball with the lamp on top of it, and I know that Bing Bong, I think, is an exclusive meet and greet that when he's around you can have there. And Joe Gardner comes out in the lobby, I believe, not on Tuesday or Thursday or something. I forget what his days off are.
And that's why I want to remind you that the third reason you should stay at Pixar Place Hotel is for surprise character moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, oh, shoot. Is that the third one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Forget I said all that. Beyond that, which we'll talk about in a minute, the lobby has all these like really cool. I like the colors of the lobby, and okay, so like one little detail that is not a character that you could meet and greet. We'll talk about that.
You'll never
in a
let
minute.
him go first again, will you?
Sorry.
Oopsie, sorry. Just trying to be nice.
There is like plenty of seating in the lobby when you come in, which I do really appreciate. A lot of really nice areas that if you're somebody who just wants to get out of your hotel room and find a different workspace or just hang out or just take a break or something like that, there in the lobby there is a like a sectional couch sort of a thing. I don't know what you call it, but it's
Heimlich.
Yeah, and so it's got the little wooden parts on the bottom are supposed to be his feet, and you can so when you look at it, he does a caterpillar.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That's really cute.
I really liked that. And then in the tiles in the floor throughout the resort, there's 16 of them, 4 in the elevators, and then 12 throughout the other parts of the floor, I think mostly in the lobbies area. There are these silhouettes, these like gold silhouettes of different like Pixar characters, so you can kind of go around and find them everywhere. But there's stuff even like the guest laundry area, like the picture for that says it's a sock.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's funny. Like, and ironically,
$3.19.
when I filmed it, there was a sock in there. Someone had left a sock on the counter, and it wasn't like, oh, that's funny of Disney, because it was like a random like Nike athletic sock or something.
I would wish that Disney would come in and always just leave one sock on the counter.
I mean, maybe custodial is doing or housekeeping, and
I
found another sock.
While I was there, so maybe it was my sock.
It was a pretty small sock, so.
Oh, okay.
But the fitness center I liked because it was like Sully on the door on like the little like label area, and there's stuff like that. the carpet as you walk through the hallway, I had these really cool designs of like the characters that I really thought was fun. And it's stuff like even the molding as you're looking around the hallway and the lamps and stuff. They all have these like little touches of the characters. Like I like that the gift shop was called Store, but like STOR-E, so it was
like
Store E,
Store E.
like
Okay.
Wall-E,
Got it.
yeah. And I was like, that's funny. It's so
Very cute.
simple, but
Clever.
so funny. Yeah.
But that's like, I feel like that's a good point. For me, I felt like every detail was Pixar. Like every sign, like the bathroom signs were like, instead of men and women, it was like, it was Woody and Jesse or Bo Peep. Like it was little details like that I think were fun, especially when you're staying there. Cause I felt like I noticed something different every day. And it's funny. My sister actually pointed out to me in the lobby when they play. So let me point that out. The music they play everywhere is so great. It's like lo-fi Pixar songs, and it's like relaxing and then also like funny to be like, what song is this? Like one of them is the very sad Sarah McLachlan
When She Loved Me
from Toy Story 2. That was kind of funny to me. But so in the lobby where the Luxo ball lamp is, the lighting changes with the song. And so like, for example, when from Turning Red, Four Town came on, Nobody Like You, it changed. It eventually, like literally the room was turning red.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then
I don't know if I noticed that as much.
I know.
I did see the lighting change once or twice, but I don't think I realized that's why.
And another really good example is when they played the song from Brave, it was like the room slowly turned green, and then you could see like a red, almost like a horse running through it.
Oh,
like it was just so. I mean, like
now I wish I'd sat in the lobby more.
Yeah, on the Heimlich couch, right? So yes, I just feel like everywhere I looked, and it was like, this is what I miss about staying at a Disney resort. Like I'm that kind of person that like, if I'm at Disney staying at a resort in the bubble, like I want to be reminded of Disney like all the time. And I felt like I had that there. So
I think, well, speaking, like going off what you're saying about the lobby, which is cool too, above the Pixar ball with the lamp, there are these like glass stained glass figures that are dangling that are all the different Pixar characters that you can go up to the second level where like the fitness center is, and there's some conference rooms, and that's where the enterprise car rental is. Like you can go up there and see it like on your eye level, which was really nice. I like that a lot. And I'm sure we'll talk about more, but at the pool, they had like fire pits, like that area up there, and they were all different characters. There was like, obviously one was Anger, and then they were different other characters there.
Ember.
Yes,
Ember was there. Was one of them the lava?
Yes.
From Love I Love You.
Yeah, but I don't know who the fourth one was, because it looked like it was Joy's face, but I don't think it was Joy.
No.
I don't know if it was the other lava mountain.
I guess we'll have to show you.
I don't know.
No, it's no, because the other mountain isn't really.
I'll pull up a picture while
I'm trying
we're
to think of
talking.
what else is fire related in the Pixar.
Well, that
universe.
was the one, because it looked like a character from like a Christmas claymation video sort of a thing, and I'm like, what is this character? So I don't know if it was from a short, but that's the great part too, is it wasn't all like, oh, this one movie, it was not just the movies. There was like stuff from the shorts too. So it was like all, and then they had all this concept art that was kind of, or I don't even know if it's concept art or if it was just like pretty different takes on the scenes and stuff that were around everywhere. So everything felt like this really, like, since it all blended together, I don't want to say liquid, but it all flowed, and it was all very like comforting and elevated and like just cool. And I don't know.
Oh, it's nice. It's like a test of Pixar knowledge and history.
100%. If you are somebody who is like, I've seen every one of the movies, I know everything about Pixar, this is a hotel that you could literally go through. Like
Two things. The fourth one is Jack.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, because
it was a baby face. Now I realize.
See, I was gonna say it has to be there had to be something fire related with the Incredibles, but I didn't think about it. He's even fire related in the attraction.
Yeah, true.
Wow.
And then I forgot to mention it, but when you were mentioning Yeah.
Cookie.
Cookie nom nom. When you're mentioning the mosaic kind of like hanging mobile chandelier thing, they're pretty abstract. And I got so cracked up because my son, who is 2, absolutely loves Toy Story. And like the first day we're walking in there, he's like, "It's Buzz." Like he could tell that it was Buzz Lightyear. And I was like, good on you, Disney. Like that is, it's creative, it's abstract. And yet my 2-year-old was still like, that is Buzz Lightyear. I love this place. So
yeah, pretty neat. So I feel like this is a good time for Rhino to take us on a room tour.
So the first thing I noticed right away when I opened that door is this Luxo lamp right here on this table. Wow. What a cutie. I love this so much. I wonder how often people are going to try and steal those. Let's back up, though. I don't want to reveal too much. I know I'm very excited. Let's just get a nice look of the hallway here first. Hallway, welcome. This bathroom, we're going to start here since it's closest to me. Wow. I love that art up there. That is so cute. That is cute. Hello. I love this lighted mirror like this. Like if I could have one of these at my house, this would be fantastic. Because it's like, I don't know. I feel like when you're lit better, you feel better. This is cool. Body lotion, hand soap. I appreciate that there's hand soap in there. We got the shower cap and the vanity kit here. But I love that it's the little guy from WALL-E. And I love I like the branding on this is really cute. And then in the shower, let's check it out here. This is a pretty big, got to open from the other side. This is a pretty big shower. I like the wavy pattern on it. And then the honeycomb on the bottom here. And then here's these things which, it's like they vaguely look like H2O products. I don't know if they are because I think those are gone now, or Disney took over it. I don't know, but shampoo, conditioner, body wash. No bars of soap anymore, ever. I know that is, for me, that's a thing. Like, I just like the bar of soap because I like to be able to like wash my face like that. I don't know. Tell me how I'm washing wrong in the comments here. There's your hair dryer. You got yourself some towels. So there's a nice amount of space under here if you want to throw like a dop kit or whatever. And then also let's check out the storage situation over here. This closet. Okay, we got the extra pillow and the blanket. I never like get, is this like, I don't understand this. Like what the purpose of that is. Is it just so you can stack a couple more things on top? I mean, that's fine. Does this open? Is there a secret compartment back here? I'm not going to open it. I probably shouldn't, so I'm not going to. Also, I think it's locked, so it's fine. Or whatever monster is lurking in there, we're going to keep it in there. That's actually where it's theming. It's the Monsters, Inc., right? Where they come out through doors. Yeah, so there's the Keurig machine over here. They did tell me when I checked in that ice is available on request. You have to ask at the lobby or call them by dialing 0. And then the single-serve Keurig cup here, which I'm assuming is down in here. And you've got yourself your branded condiment kits. Good thing there's green tea in here. Shows all that. And then are the rest of these open? Oh, no, we got some glasses. So there's more of these glasses here, which is nice. I like the little coasters they come with. You'll be coming home with me, coaster. Cardboard coaster. And then you got yourself an empty drawer, and then a refrigerator here. Good size refrigerator. I like when they're the tall ones. I like these kinds too because you can stack. You get, cans of soda or beer or something like that, Also, I just want to show you the barn door. The bathroom is this like barn door setup. And then there is a hello again. Good to see you again. This like full-size mirror here. I really like this like blue. It's like a deep blue. I don't know, with the texture of the wallpaper, it's like really warm. That with the black, I like that a lot. I'm just want to go in here because sometimes for me, I'm like paranoid about barn doors and how okay. So sometimes I've been places where like a big chunk of it still open. And you're like, okay, well, I can see out into the room. That's terrible. This one's pretty sealed. I do like that they got the guy from Luca on there for the conserved water is cute. And then let's go in here and take a room at your look. Wow. I really like this mural on the back wall a lot. For people who are like, oh, there's not enough, detail. Let me show you the bedspread too. It's got the Pixar ball on it, and then look at that pillow. Look at that pillow. Oh, I really like this. This like extra shelf. Oh, I'm gonna keep doing. Oh, there is an outlet which I almost just stuck my finger in. So 2 outlets, but then this is a USB port right here, and then I believe this is a lamp. Yeah, and there's one on either side. So 4 lamps over here. That's really nice touch. I like the space between here and the wall, but you know what I also really like is that there's a rug on the ground under the bed. And it's the lamp, which is cool. So plenty of room under there to store luggage. There's 2 more outlets right here, because that's always important for me for charging devices and stuff like that. You got your thermostat over there. And then I like this, the Art of Pixar book is here. It's nice. Can I take a look at it? You can pull it up, but I don't want to. I'm worried I'm going to ruin it right now. You'll be light reading later, I think. And then here's a welcome kit. Oh, this is nice. Greetings from the Great Maple, California. That's down in the lobby there, and you can see the menu with that. And then look, you got yourself a little Pixar postcard. That's nice. Pixar Place Hotel. Thank you for staying at the Pixar Place Hotel. Nice little information packet there. I'm just going to put those back in there for now. And so it's got all the story of the hotel and the conveniences and experiences that are offered here. Fitness center, shopping, dining options. And then some info about the spa across the way at the Grand. And then you're welcome home. You're invited. Gift inside. What's the gift going to be? Sketch and render memories for decades to come. Welcome home. Receive a gift. I think this is probably for Vacation Club. Yeah. Oh, cute. That's actually a really nice print. That's cool. Again, love this. Also, there's 2 more outlets and a USB-C with the USB outlet, which is great. And then over here, we have another light. So many lights. I love this little banner. This art here is fun. And then this is a really long couch. Is this also a bed? I believe it is. Oh yeah. Okay, let's see if I can do it one-handed. Oh, I couldn't. Hold on. How do we do it? Oh, I was doing it completely wrong. Oh, wait a minute. I'll put the camera down and we'll look at that at the end here. I have a standard view. I'm on the 10th floor. Look at that parking lot. Isn't she a beaut? But I can see the Disneyland Hotel. And then I can see all the pool happenings down here, like a creep. And then as you can see here, here's the other side of the bed. There's plenty of space for the bags again, underneath and next to. Some more outlets over there. I just really like, this is a nice touch. And then what's nice too is right here in the middle, we've got, ooh, I love a pen. Pixar Place Hotel. Even more outlets. So plenty of outlets, which is nice. Oh, this is a wireless charger. I don't know if it's turned on or not. So, well, that is a nice touch. If it does work. It might not be plugged in right now, so I might have to plug that in, but do we got a Bible? No Bibles. And then those are actually fairly big drawers there, because over here we've got that workstation area. And, oh, God, that scared me. There's a safe here. I thought it was a drawer. Interesting. Oh, it's a drawer safe. Wow, God, you could hide jewels in there. It's pretty deep, too, so that can definitely fit your laptop and some other stuff on it. It's interesting. And that drawer here, which isn't super deep. I do like this chair. I feel like this is very fitting for this hotel. All right, let me take a look at the this thing and see what it looks like pulled out. Okay, I realized what I was doing wrong is you weren't supposed to take any cushions off or anything. You just pull and it flips over, and then you unzip this. And then it becomes a bed. Which honestly is really nice. That's a really long bed. So you can get 5 people in here. Just wanted to take you on a little spin around the room here, just so we can get a general idea of like the sizing of everything, but I like it. That's a pretty nice sized TV too. I feel like if you're in this bed, you got the better view if you're on the bed on the left, but this couch is comfortable. I don't want to do the mattress test because I have to film another video in here and I don't want to jump on it, but also because I'm the only one here, it won't matter. You can't see me jump on it. So I got to tell you, my initial impression of this room is that I dig it. I can feel like if you are somebody like me who does really like to unpack, that like drawer space is going to be a little limited. So you're going to want to make the most use of this closet. I just want to go back and see how much hanger space was in here. There aren't a ton of hangers, but I'm sure you can ask for more. But what's also nice is this area over here. If you look down, it's great to stack up suitcases. So however many suitcases you have, that's okay. But there really only is like that one drawer and then the 2 smaller drawers here. But there is plenty of space to like put stuff. Even if you need to like open them, you know, and have them laid out, there's kind of enough space to do that in here if you're somebody who likes to live out of the suitcase. But I really enjoy aesthetically this room. Like I love a lot of like these little touches, like this yellow glow that's coming out of here. I like how many different sort of accent lights there are, the spacing, just the color and the vibe of it. This to me is like, this is my vibe. I like this a lot.
Wow, wasn't that fun? And weren't there a lot of details?
Yes,
Yeah.
I saw them all.
Yeah, I mean, again, every detail was Pixar. So, like, the duvet cover is just that standard white hotel duvet. But if you look at it closely, it has the Pixar ball, like, kind of embossed or, you know, whatever. Yeah. So, little details. And then the carpet just looks like a geometric design, and it's the Luxo lamp. So, things that are, like, subtle, modern, to your point, not obviously over the top, but it still has that theming. Also, pro tip, in the closet, like the little laundry bag that you can use for dry cleaning or whatever, you gotta take it home because it says caution 2319. How funny is that?
I didn't know that.
Monster Inc. So
also,
like
I was like, are you suggesting people steal stuff from the hotel? But
no,
I'm realizing it was a disposable bag.
Yeah,
okay.
throw away.
I didn't even know to look. Yeah, that's cool.
So take that home as a souvenir. I thought that was cute. And then all the signs in the room, like every sign, like the do not disturb is like Mike and Sully sleeping in their bunk beds from Monsters University. And then the conserve water, save your towel sign is from Luca. So yeah, I just, this is what I want every Disney resort to be like.
Was the quality of the furniture in the room and everything like better than what we've been seeing with some of the other rooms that we've seen recently? Because we've seen them all from value to deluxe, and I feel like that's been a recurring theme Universal does it too. So it's not just a knock on Disney. Things feel more like IKEA-ish as of lately. Did this resort have that feel?
I don't think so.
I don't either. I mean, because I thought obviously the beds were comfortable, which I mean they normally are at Disney, but the it's not a pull-out couch, it's convertible.
The
sleeper sofa.
Like you pull the top part down,
flip it down, and it's a single bed. I actually slept on that one night. It was comfortable, and then the chair, the like desk chair, and then the sofa when it's not converted, it's kind of like this almost like tweed almost type upholstery. Like I thought it was nice. Like, and that was part of it. I think you mentioned this, the wallpaper. Yeah,
I was going to say, I wanted to point out the wall, but like, I love the color palette they chose, but the wallpaper specifically, I liked that blue. It's like Disney blue is what it feels like. But it was like textured wallpaper.
Yeah.
So it adds something to like your eyesight, I think. Like it doesn't look just like not to be rude, like our walls are just kind of a flat color in here because obviously we're renting office space, but like there's that thing where it was like ribbed wallpaper, so you could touch it. And it was just like, oh, this is like, I don't know. I loved that color. I loved the color. I loved it. It made the room feel calm, but also very welcoming. And it was sort of one of those where I was like, I would literally, if there was a room in my house that looked like this, I'd be thrilled. Well, if I had a house, I'd be thrilled. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, the pillows I wanted to make a comment on because she was saying about the comfortability of stuff. I have this thing where I'm sure everybody does, but sometimes I feel like when you go to hotels lately, it's like a pillow is an illusion. Like it's the idea of a pillow is set there, and then the second you put your head on it,
just condenses.
Into nothing. So you have to use all like 4 of them. The pillows here were very comfortable, and they were all held their shape and style, and like so. I really appreciated that, and that's a thing that helps me sleep really well. So I slept very well every night I was there.
That's funny you say that because I actually don't like super firm, fluffy pillows, and while they were comfortable, like I took them off some of them off the bed because there's like 4, and I was like, I just need one. Like I don't because they were so plush. That's nice. I like that. So. Yeah, I loved it. If they want to come decorate my house like that, I would be happy with that.
I will say this because my friend Diane went with me that she pointed it out that the air conditioning unit, like the air unit, is not in the room, but they're in our room specifically. It is like a gate, like a I don't know, like event. 4 feet tall type sort of event that is. So like if I was slept on the bed closest to the the big window, because we were overlooking the pool area, and it's kind of pretty wide open, like you can see right into it. Do you remember the how the Star Cruiser, you'd open that door and you could that was the emergency exit door? It felt like it was the emergency exit door on the Star Cruiser. That's how big it was. And you could almost see right into it. And it was loud. But for me, I took it as I'm somebody who likes to sleep. And I've started doing it again recently, like a tabletop fan next to me. Because I almost like the white noise, but I like the air. And it was you can hear it.
Well, I mean, I'll just be fully honest here. We didn't watch the video, so I need to see a picture of the room to be able to understand it more. But
it's in the corner.
Intrigues me. I don't remember that from Paradise Beer, but I also tried to be in those rooms as little as possible.
Yeah,
so.
I honestly I don't remember it either, and so that's where I think maybe they read the HVAC system or something. I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. I used the word right now like I pretended like I knew. Oh
yeah, the HVAC. So I did watch other channels' reviews of it before going out there. Just kind of, I am one of those people I want to know everything before I go somewhere, and I heard that comment from other people as well. And it was loud, but for me, I like the white noise of it. Also, there was a sound machine in the room. I thought that was really nice.
Wait, that was a sound machine?
Yeah, it was a sound machine. And so there was an iHome, like they normally have, alarm clock, charger. And then there also, there's a sound machine.
Wait, where?
Room. Right beside it. It was like a little round. And I didn't call and ask, but there was a card there that said this is basically, it's a sound machine for your sleeping enjoyment. If you need any other.
Maybe I just forgot, but.
I didn't know if you could call guest services and be like, I don't know what they were going to offer, like different pillows or,
maybe it was there because of how loud the HVAC thing was in there. That they're getting so many complaints that they're put a white noise machine in. Maybe that'll help.
Kind of interesting too. They had, I'm sure nobody cares about this, but the all the lights everything was very modern, and so all the lights you could or most of them you could dim.
Yeah, almost every single one.
You could dim the light, so the lights had multiple control. The room wasn't that bright either.
It took me a second to figure it out because I would be at the door trying to shut the lights off, and then I'd be like, okay, there's 3 lights still on, and I'd be like, where is the light switch for these? I didn't realize though the ones between the beds were the master ones or something like that. But I will say it does have lighting similar to how I also like at the Grand Californian stuff when they have the not recessed lighting, but it's like lighting that's built into the fixtures that goes around the top.
Yeah.
So
Style
you
of
can have that,
accent lighting.
you can have that like glow if you don't want to sleep like in complete darkness or whatever. You just want to dim a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like they did a remarkable job on the rooms. But one thing I don't think anyone has talked about so far in this show is reason number 3, and that's surprise character moments.
Surprise!
Yes. You might not know this, but there are characters that will come out at the Pixar Place Hotel.
Like who? Like who?
Woody?
I can't remember any of them, actually.
Are there any exclusives?
I believe there are a couple exclusives, but so I ruined the surprise. But Bing Bong does come out when he's available to meet guests. And one thing that was happening while I was there, it was pretty funny that I noticed while I was in the lobby, was like he'd pretend to be a statue. And people would go to take the picture, and as soon as they'd be like, "Oh, thank you," to like jump to like scare them, and it was hilarious. And apparently, somebody filmed it while we were there too, and that went pretty viral for them.
There was a viral one.
I know, should have been us because we were there.
I know. I was like trying to, and some guy walked directly at me. I was the only one standing there, and it was like a Terminator
it's like a
situation where I was like, "Does this guy get sent back in time to me?"
Yeah.
But another cool, which I think is really, really cool, and it was really kind of heartwarming to hear people's reaction to it, is that Joe Gardner will come out and he'll play by the stairs that is over by like the DVC rental information area of the hotel in the lobby there. And, his set was probably like 20 minutes long, 15 to 20 minutes in there. But it was really cool. And I have since seen a video because I was like, is it just the one Joe Gardner or is there another Joe Gardner? Like this guy can't be the only one playing piano here, but but he does supposedly sometimes he has 2 nights off. So you want to make sure when you check in, they tell you all that stuff. Yeah, it's in the evening.
Yeah.
But there was a guy with his kid who came up to him after and he was like, I just want to let you know, like, my son really responds to like music really, and this whole thing. And so this was like an incredible experience for him and blah, blah. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm like emotional standing here listening to this. Yeah.
I watched your live stream that you did from the lobby and I was like, wow, I actually hadn't seen any video of him. I clearly saw that he was playing and performing in there, but the first time I watched was during your live stream and I was like, wow, this is like, that's quality entertainment. Like that's something else. That is
hotels have someone playing a piano in the lobby. You know what I mean? I mean,
I think a lot.
Sure,
but,
like fancy ones. But,
yeah, they do, but not like.
Okay, how many have animated characters?
That's
playing?
what I was
How
going
many
to
have
say.
Joe Gardner in the flesh?
Like. It's the equivalent of if there was a hotel in Los Angeles that was like the real La La Land hotel, and you have a Ryan Gosling lookalike playing his music
don't
in
tempt
there.
me. That was a good time. No.
There should be. That's what I'm implying. Like that's what Disney did with this by putting Joe Gardner in there. And man, I'm trying to. There was one song that like I was like, I can't believe he's playing. Yeah, he was playing Linus and Lucy.
Yeah,
and I was like, what?
Because he's like he even had the whole introduction where it was like some of you might know this one and know a little dance that goes along with it. So don't be afraid to dance with this one.
And
I
said,
he like interacts with people and
I said you take that down the road to Knott's Berry Farm where you see Snoopy there. No, I said I love Snoopy. That's
true.
The thing people don't know about me is that my fandom for Snoopy and Disney are actually probably matched, but I just there's not a lot of
Good
Snoopy
taste.
podcasts out there and Snoopy travel agencies, so you got to go with Disney in that
Time to
case.
get on that crash.
Should there be though?
Yeah, I know, right? There's an idea.
Let's see. Yeah, travel
only
agent
thing-
who specializes in cedar fairs.
Well, I'm sure somebody's looking for it. I do wish that there was more space in that area to like hang out and really enjoy it because you kind of just stand there and watch them, because there is seating over there,
but it's a little far away.
Further away. Also, somebody walking around with some wine too would be good. I'm like, I'd like to have a glass of wine and just let Joe serenade me for 20 minutes. That'd be good.
So, is the Bing Bong meet and greet when he's there? Is it like always the same spot in the lobby, or can he move around?
He was walking around. Well, it's hilarious to watch him come out of the door he comes out of, because it is a small, tiny door that it's like smaller than the door to get in here.
Yeah,
and it. Backwards, but he does it in such a Bing Bong way that it's like perfect. But when I first saw Bing Bong
hole.
I had come in through the Great Maple like entrance area because there's two entrances. And as I was coming around, I was, oh hey, Bing Bong, and he was in like the Sketchpad Cafe, like kind of like being like, give me these treats, like so I think he like roams the lobby a little bit.
Okay,
but yeah, it's pretty much like he'll be kind of like when I said, oh, can I take a picture? And we took a picture there, but then I was like, do you mind if I take a video of you? And he was like, and like beckoned me over to the lamp. Yeah. So,
well, I hope to meet Bing Bong there one day. I hope it's Richard Kind, actually, when I'm doing that.
He's just, yeah.
I mean, he's known in Hollywood for he will take any job that is basically offered to him. So I hope Disney reaches out one day.
I mean,
like,
you don't want to hear one of these?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd prefer it would just be Richard Kind.
Yeah.
Riley to the moon for me.
That wasn't good. I'm gonna be honest.
My voice
Jimmy
is
Stewart?
going.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
My voice is going rapidly.
I'll take
That's
you to
why
the moon, Riley.
Yeah.
you want the moon.
I'll lasso
I'll
it
lasso.
for you. Yeah.
You want me to lasso you down the moon?
That's
Is that
why
what you want?
That's why there's only one and only Richard Kind. So why don't we move on then to our final reason, and that is because of the amenities at the hotel, the recreation, perhaps maybe a restaurant or two.
Mm-hmm.
Is it good? Is it good?
Yeah.
Listen, the Great Maple, which I was very skeptical about. We did a
Same.
full dining review, Hannah and I did, and
Check it out.
I feel like everything we had. I mean, yeah,
It
watch
was.
the dining review, but the thing that was kind of like sticker shock to me is like the prices on a lot of stuff, but it is consistent. This is the pricing across like Disneyland property. I'm in California maybe, but like so it's a little bit more than here. I felt, well, I don't even know actually. I'm lying because literally the last couple of weeks I've been trying to pay more attention to it, and it does seem like these are the average prices of like drinks, for example, or like 17 or 18, and that's kind of the average price. So, it's a great area there. I would say the Great Maple for me was my favorite of the. There's obviously the Sketchpad Cafe, which is like their version of Starbucks that's in the lobby. And then they have a pool bar, which is Small Bites, which had some, there's adult milkshake, I forgot what they were calling them up there. But they're basically adult milkshakes or adult alcoholic, as if all alcoholic beverages aren't for adults. I'm repeating myself now. But
yeah, they should be.
But, and I'm not like in love with the Sketchpad Cafe, but it's also like I'm at Disneyland and I'm not really going to eat breakfast in the hotel. Really.
I feel like it serves its purpose, right? Like it's come grab a cup of coffee or a pastry, but not, I mean, you don't, it's
Seems
nothing
a little
more
sketch.
than that. Yeah, it's a little sketch. And for me, that's like, so I'm a big coffee drinker. And so I usually drink coffee in the room. Like I will, order K-cups and creamer and all that. So yeah, that didn't do much for me. I wouldn't say it was spectacular, but Great Maple was. And I thought Small Bites was good.
Yeah.
Like I thought there were unique menu items. That smash burger was fantastic.
Yeah, you can like split it in four. It was made with the naughty buns, not naughty buns. That's what Kim's friend Lisa calls them, the Hawaiian rolls. And so like you could like pull it apart. So I was like watching the video back and the pic. It's that weird thing when you have that space and distance between when you actually did it and when you start talking about it that you're like,
Did I dream that? Did that
I
happen?
want that. Yeah. I want, so, but yeah, that was cool. But I know you liked amenities in the room too.
Yeah, I mean, just, and we kind of talked about it, but like the soap dispensers on the wall even had the Pixar branding, and the amenity kits were all Pixar Place Hotel branded. And then also just moving kind of back to the pool deck with Small Bites. I love that fire pit area. I love the splash pad. I thought that was great. I love the little games that you can play with your family.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot.
There was shuffleboard.
There sure was.
It's all themed to Pixar stuff, which is cool.
Pixar shorts.
And
Shuffleboard not on a ship?
Yeah.
That's insane.
And what was really cool here too, because I don't know if we're gonna have another spot to really talk about it though, but is you can watch the fireworks if they're having them if they are having fireworks at Disneyland, you can watch them. There's a spot on the roof on that pool deck area where you can go watch it. But unfortunately, they only did the fireworks the 2 nights, and I watched the Star Wars version, and then I wanted to see the Pixar one. So I only had the 2 chances.
Yeah.
But I thought, oh, that would have been really cool to have gone up there and seen them up there.
It probably would, but I feel like the hotel fireworks viewing is, I mean, it obviously could be for people who have anxiety around crowds and really can't handle that, but still want to see a little bit of the magic. Like, good for them. But
Or you
I feel
don't
like
have
it's
a park
best for,
ticket.
or you don't have a park ticket, or parents that the kid just can't handle it. At least they still get a little fireworks, even if they can't be in the park. So it's nice to have, but it's never going to be like the ultimate way.
I mean, they pump
sure.
in the music, which is nice, but yeah, I mean, especially with like a Disneyland fireworks show, because they have a lot more.
You know what
stuff in
I
it.
love about Disneyland hotels is that this is very random, all the lounge chairs at the pool are like these padded loungers.
Yeah.
You don't get that at Disney World. And so and they had lots of just like kind of seating areas, like kind of almost like they do have cabanas that you can rent, but then over by the fire pit.
Yeah, I liked that area.
Yeah, it was like just nice areas to hang out.
It was
and
like
the weather's
covered,
beautiful in California.
couchy. Like there was like little
Yeah.
tables and stuff. Yeah,
I like to
yeah,
hang
and even there
out.
was a fireplace in the back too, because
Yeah,
there's like
yeah.
Small Bites kind of wraps around the top part, so the perimeter there was plenty of seating up here.
I mean, you need the fireplaces. I know some people are probably like, it's silly, but like think
not
about
me, I'm cold.
think about
Yeah.
Trader Sam's on a cold night. You will see people be like, "Can I get my drinks to go so I can sit down by the massive fire pit at Disneyland Hotel?"
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can and I mean, if you can have a fireplace, then at least it looks better than just wheeling out the gas heaters and placing those
Yeah.
around tables and
Yeah.
places. But I do love that Disneyland takes it to the next level with their pool chairs. Granted, I don't use them a lot because that's not a pastime or activity that I enjoyed to do. But I like that they're like, you know what? We've got to take it to the next level. These are signature hotels. We've got to make you feel like you're having the signature experience.
Yeah.
And I do think all Disney hotels, for the price you're paying, just I get it's expensive and you're probably going to have to replace them a lot, but you want people to be comfortable while they're spending time at the pool, probably spending time at the pool bar, spending money at the quick service there. It all,
Here.
you keep people happy, they're going to stay spending money.
I think I liked how it was all kind of separated too, to be honest with you, like thinking back on it, because thinking about how you just said that, like, I know you're not a big pool person, like, it was nice that like where Small Bites was, it was like, okay, well, there's seating up here and then there's a pool, but then also over here there's all these games, but then also back here there's more just seating for anybody who came up to hang out and have a bite or work or do something like that. So it doesn't feel like, like the All-Stars or something like the pool bar is like right there, and it feels like you're at the pool.
Yeah.
Even if you were sitting anywhere out there, like you're in the pool area. Whereas here it feels like it's kind of a recreation area, and there is a pool here.
Yeah.
But there is like that water slide and the splash pad. Like
It's
Hannah
not like
said,
kids are like running by in their swimsuits
Yeah.
or getting splashed or whatever.
Hey.
Like you can be there, be parts of it, but not feel like, no, I'm just here to get Small Bites. I'm not going to the pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that Disneyland does do well, because you have the same thing at Disneyland Hotel and to an extent Grand Californian, I'd say too. I think they do a great job with that. But
Agreed.
oh man, I would say we went over Men in Tees.
Men and tees.
Men
I
and
didn't see a lot of
Like,
those there.
hey.
Well, at the
did.
pool area, they probably didn't have a T-shirt.
We had a
on.
lot of cloudy days.
I'm sorry. So
I know, I
Men
was
in
chilly. I
Tees.
needed that fire.
You covered the recreation. You covered the dining. So I believe that means we've gone over all 4 reasons why we are saying you should stay at Pixar Place Hotel.
Did you know
but-
there's a surprise character interactions that you can have there too?
Oh, yeah.
Exclusive ones, yeah.
Which
yeah,
one?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like Bing Bong.
Bing
Really?
Bong,
Yeah,
yep,
Bing Bong can come out.
Really?
And Joe Gardner. Mhm.
Oh.
He's there too.
Well,
Surprise.
consider me intrigued. You have me wondering if I'll ever see a character there. But no, you both have done a very great job of highlighting all the reasons why you should stay there. So now's the point where I ask you, any final thoughts before we wrap this all up?
I mean, I was pleasantly surprised, and I was telling Hannah, I mean, I know she's going to talk about it because she says that she loves luxury, like sort of a thing, like, but
Finer Things Club.
yeah, Finer Things Club, and there's nothing wrong with that. And like, but if the type of person that I am, who like is like
Tell us more about that.
The
right
budget
now.
type of a person sometimes, and I know these aren't budget hotels, and so for me, even though they say this is their value, I don't know if they even use that word there, but you know what I mean. It's their lower, cheaper of the three. But it's also like, well, why would you stay here versus the ones like Craig had said, you know, and what's that Disney difference? This was the first time in a long time for me where I was like, that Disneyland feeling, that Disneyland difference, it is very present and very active inside of this hotel. I mean, it all works on all these levels where it is that vibe. I said it to a friend, I said it to you, I think, while we were there, is that I think the thing that Disneyland Resort as a whole excels in is really cultivating a vibe in specific areas very well. Like, it all comes together with like lighting and the music and the colors and the furniture, all that stuff. And that extended into this hotel where it was like that vibe of those like deep blue walls with the bedding, like Hannah said, with the little touches of the Pixar, but then the not so little, you know, like it's an obvious, like, oh, am I in a room with a giant poster? No, it's this like cool mural, and but then having like the characters in the lobby, those special experiences like Joe Gardner, and then the little things to look at with the silhouettes in the ground, like it all felt, it didn't feel cheap or cheesy. It felt like, wow, I am getting this thing I'm paying for out of this. Okay. And that I think can be a fine line to walk when a hotel, I think when we were there, was maybe $550 a night. And it's like, okay, I can understand this. I don't want to be like, oh, this price point. Because yeah, in the real world, I'd love it if it was $150, but we don't live in that time anymore. And it's one of those where it's like, but you cannot beat that entrance to be able to walk across the street. And every single cast member I feel like I interacted with at this hotel, it was like that experience of like when I did Star Cruiser, or when you guys talk about like those experiences, you know, I always ask you about on cruise line and stuff, where it is that there were the best of the best that were in here. I gave cast compliments out left and right. And they were just so wonderful with coming up with details, with helping you with anything. And it was just like such a, it was that moment where you were like, this is it. This is that little spark that I feel like sometimes disappears, where you're like, you get jaded or you get whatever. And I felt it there, where you're like, this is that thing, you know?
Yeah. No, I totally agree. And I think that is, you know, you're paying that premium price tag, but that's what you're paying for. You're paying for that immersion, that Disney magic, and then also the fact that you are 5 to 10 minutes away from Disneyland. That is insane. For me, like, it started the moment we checked in. My son has no clue who Bing Bong is, but he was in the lobby and he was so excited to see him, and he was able to just like run up and give him a hug. And that doesn't happen very often at Disney parks, where you're in a situation where your kid sees a character and they can just run up and give them a hug without having to wait in line. And so it was one of those just like authentically Disneyland, like this wouldn't happen anywhere else. And, you know, also speaking of him, again, big Toy Story fan. So we stayed in a non-Disney hotel after we checked out, and I know. We weren't in Anaheim, and he woke up the next morning and was like, where's Buzz? Because Buzz was on the like mural above the headboard. And so I think this is the resort to stay at if you are wanting to be close to the park, if you or your kids are a big Pixar fan, if you want to feel like you were dropped into a Disney Pixar movie, like this is it. And then I think, you know, some of the things like I was mentioning, Sketchpad Cafe was just okay. I mean, just, you know, drink coffee in the room like me, or grab your coffee to go. Like
I think like listening to how you're talking about it is a hotel. It feels like for people who are going to go to the park.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be like, you know, like Grand Californian, you know, there's a spa, there's so many different, you know, I can see that being like, oh, we're just going to the Grand Californian. And I can also see that maybe even extending to a point to some people might be that way for Disneyland Hotel, wanting to be like, I just want to be in the room. But I do feel like Pixar Hotel, that thing would be like, this is meant like, you could stay if you want, but it is definitely like, for me, it's like, it was great. Let's like come and go.
I would agree with you on that. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. I would absolutely stay there again. And honestly, I hope the way that those rooms are themed, I would love to see more of that at Walt Disney World.
100%.
Well, there you have it. That's going to do it for this special Disneyland hotel review. That's the one thing I don't like, because they're not really resorts at Disneyland.
I know, but I always
like,
say resort, and you're like, well, that's incorrect.
Wait, is it not a resort?
No, this
the
one's
hotels
a hotel.
of Disneyland Resort.
The hotels of Disney.
You're right.
So,
Huh.
okay, there we go.
Wait. I just don't want to think, because I'll be angry about myself if I don't say it.
Okay.
I forgot about the up elevator. So there's the one elevator is like a glass elevator that you can see through the other side. Not like Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator.
Charlie!
Like, it is like you can see out, but they have
Tell me
the up
my
house.
Impression's bad on
And
that
it goes,
one now.
Woo, like up. When you go up, it goes
That's
up.
very cool.
I mean, it goes down
cute.
too. It doesn't
Yeah.
exclusively go up.
So
Otherwise
it-
it would never come back down.
So I like elevator fun. Like, that's one of my favorite touches.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like on Disney Cruise Line, when you're in usually the main atrium
There's no
elevators,
song
and they'll
about
have
that.
sometimes like as you go up, you see characters. And
Oh,
you're like,
yes. Yeah,
this
yeah,
makes,
yeah,
This
yeah,
makes
yeah.
riding in an elevator fun.
The Wish had that, didn't it? Didn't
Yeah,
it have like
and the
with
Dream and the
you go
Fantasy.
thing? Okay.
I blocked
guys.
out the Wish in my head.
Oh, okay.
Nothing happened.
I
in
wish
that.
you hadn't. No.
Oh, well, this has been fun. So that's going to do it for this special review of hotels at.
No, well, not all of them.
I can't do it. That's it for this review of Pixar Place Hotel. If you're looking to book a vacation to Disneyland, we hope you would consider using Dreams Unlimited Travel for your vacation planning needs. For more exclusive content, head over to patreon.com/disunlimited. And please remember, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, leave comments, questions, video suggestions, leave them all right there in the comments section. And for those who listen to this as a podcast, please make sure to subscribe wherever you listen so you always get the latest episode, and leave us ratings and reviews when possible. But thank you very much for tuning into this review, and we will be back soon to tell you more of the best ways to stay at the Disneyland Resort.